This week on Country Music Junkies, I'm so pleased to be catching up with my good friend, Canadian country music artist, Scotty Kipfer. Scotty, how are things going?
So good. Thanks for taking some time to do this. This is great.
Well, I'm really pumped to be chatting with you. We're here in Blue Mountain right now. You're about to perform. I'm glad you had some time to chat. You've been working on a lot of crazy things, including promoting your new single, Fallen Like the Rain. Talk to me about that.
It's been great. We launched the single on March 13th, and I spent 3 weeks in the car with our buddy Derek Cavan playing guitar for me. 3 weeks in Ontario promoting that, and then I just got back from a week out in the Maritimes. So things are going very well. Just gearing up to go west next week, so it's going to be great. I'm jumping in my little 2006 Volkswagen Beetle, and I'm literally driving coast to coast, and it's been really a lot of fun.
Talk to me a little bit about this song, the story behind the song, how it all came to be, and why you chose it to be the first single off the record.
You know, Falling Like the Rain just felt right when we wrote it. You know, we got into the studio, and I came out just going, holy cow, did that just happen? Like, it came out so differently than I thought it would, but in many ways so much better than I thought it would. Like, it just really cut up well. And then we did the video, and the video was so much fun, and it's about as pop as I get. So this just felt right as like the introduction to Scotty Kipfer at radio. So I think as we get further down the road on this thing, you're going to find that it gets more country, a little bit more personality driven. But this just seemed like a good start.
It's a great tune. If you haven't heard it, you definitely need to check it out online. There's an incredible video for it as well. Now, Fallen Like the Rain, obviously you had to include rain in there.
Somebody's
what was that
wet.
like? Because I'm thinking like instruments are getting soaked.
Yeah.
You guys must be freezing. Like what? How did that go?
Well, it was crazy. It was September 1st when we shot it, so just before CCMAs, and it was obvious that it had to be raining in the video, so we had to source that, and that was a challenge in itself, but we ended up with a 16,000-gallon water truck on site, and it was amazing. So we used most of that between
I imagine, yeah.
the B-roll with the love interest in the video and the band shots. And I mean, yeah, you're right. The instruments got wet, and at the same time, it was what needed to happen, you know. So I sourced a bunch of instruments on Kijiji and things like that, and yeah, it turned out great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about the record, Taking My Time. That's obviously a track from the record.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about some of the other songs that people can expect. It's a bit of an eclectic mix. What sort of stories are you telling, and what can fans expect from it?
Well, it's cool. Like, you're one of the only people that have actually heard the whole record. So so it's cool that this is the first time I've been able to talk about the record as a whole, and I really wanted my personality to shine through in these songs. And so there's stuff like I'm Here For You, which is, it doesn't matter what you're going through, I'm here for you. Musically, it's really cheesy. Again, in the studio, I said, guys, I really want your personality to shine through on these tracks. And so, you know, they were playing all kinds of really off the wall stuff, and the steel guitar player walked in after we cut it. He goes, well, if you can't have fun, you might as well sell the damn thing. And so, you know, I think people are going to dig it. There's a couple of people that heard that song and compared me to sort of a country Michael Bublé, which is a very interesting thing. Like, I never really thought about that going into that. But yeah, Here For You is one. Taking My Time is the title track. It's, again, just super fun. It's a cheeseball love song. And then there's some depth, too. Like, you can't just have cheeseball weird songs. you got to have something, you know, that kind of rounds it all out. And so I've got stuff like No Good Way, which is the moment before a breakup. You and your partner are both, like, you know it's over, but there's no good way to break a heart, right? And so that's where that song comes from. And then there's a song called Sunday Morning After, which is a song about a guy who robs a bank in order to pay for his son's cancer treatment. And obviously we don't have to deal with that in Canada, but with everything that's going on in the U.S. with universal healthcare not being a thing down there, you know, I don't want to necessarily engage in the debate, but if I can contribute to the conversation, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And so Sunday Morning After is very much that. And so we're going to shoot a video for that as well, which is going to be really off the charts.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. And, you know, for me, I've made a record that I'm really proud of. So at the end of the day, the chips are going to fall where they're going to fall. And but I'm proud of what we've done.
Do you have any song off the record that you are particularly attached to? I mean, is it the first single, or is there something that, you know, is kind of goofy or different that you just, you know, really, really like, and it just hits home for you for whatever reason? I'm
definitely attached to them all in different ways.
Sure.
Falling Like the Rain I'll always be attached to just because it's the first single. It was the first music video. Mm-hmm. Taking My Time was the song that really helped to steer me in a direction. Thank you. Water's just arrived at our table. This is, guys, we're at my gig right now, so all the background noise you're hearing, we're in the restaurant right now. So Taking My Time was the song that kind of made it all make sense to me. When I first went to Nashville in 2015, I spent 6 months down there with no plan or expectations. It was just writing every day and, playing the Broadway circuit and just doing it all the time, and it was amazing. And we wrote this cheeky little song, and it until then, it was, I hadn't really figured out my identity as a songwriter, as an artist, and even to a certain extent as a person, because I'd spent so much time working with other people and trying to make their dreams come true.
Right.
That this was just very much it was an exploration of myself, that trip, as much as it was for my career. So when that song popped, it was just easy from that point on. Like it just, now I just have to go and write the rest of the record and record it. So, but that was the moment where I actually knew what my direction was going to be. So.
Awesome. Now you mentioned that you worked in the country music industry beforehand, before taking this step as an artist. How does this journey differ, or maybe are there some similarities between your journey in the music industry on more of the industry side, radio side, to now being on the artist side?
It's interesting. I believe that everything happens for a reason. I started my career in radio when I was about 17, and I just had a blast. I loved being on the air and interacting with listeners and that sort of thing. And the way that life guided me through the next 10 years was really cool, because like you say, I spent time working with other artists and with record labels. So I was working with artists like Dean Brody and Tim Hicks and Brett Kissel and Bobby Wills. I spent some time playing with Bobby Wills.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of the finest talent in Canada, and some of the smartest record minds in Canada as well. And I got the chance to work with all of those and just soak it up. Like I'm a bit of a sponge that way. I like to figure everything out as much as I can. And so I think to be armed with that kind of experience going into an artist career is invaluable. I've done 100 radio tours with different artists, and so for me to go out now and execute this one is, it's sort of old hat in a way, but at the same time it's all brand new because I'm actually wearing the artist hat now. So it's really interesting making the video, making the record. I've been part of a ton of projects like that, but being on the other side of the camera or the other side of the microphone, again, was sort of a learning curve, but so much fun. I'm just having the time of my life. It
sounds like it. Again, be sure to check out Scotty Kipfer's new record, Taking My Time, and his new single, Fallen Like the Rain. You can find those wherever music is available. You can also check them out online. Now, where's the best place for them to go if they want to connect with you through social media?
Yeah, well, ScottyKipfer.com is the hub, but all my socials are the same, just at Scotty Kipfer, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and the whole bit.
All that fun stuff. There you go. Now, you mentioned you were headed out west very soon for a continuation of the radio tour for Fallen Like the Rain. What's beyond that?
We're talking about putting a tour together with a couple of other artists, which I'm very excited about. I can't say too much about it yet, but that's kind of in the works. Taking My Time is the next single, so we got to start thinking about a video for that and just kind of getting the ducks in a row for the rest of the record. So it's exciting. Yeah.
There you go. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you very soon, Scotty. Again, be sure to check out ScottyKipfer.com and the new record. Scotty, thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrice.